Let us visit the topic for the day, the diversity strategy. Yes, we are talking about diversity again. We're talking about equity. We're talking about inclusivity. The people from different background, different walks of life, different status of society who come under a single roof and works for an organization to attain particular goal. So let us understand DEI as in what it is all about. It is about diverse. DEI is diversity, equity, and inclusions. It is the real or the perceived difference attribute related to one's identity is what diversity is all about. Equity is to the extent which an organizations make these individuals from different backgrounds safe and valued upon. They should have the equal rights to express themselves and probably have absolutely no discrimination against it. It is the case of inclusion, fair policies, fair practices, fair procedures in a company that the resources have been distributed for. Diversity, equity, and inclusions are different yet completely complementary with each other. This is what we are talking about it. Now, people may ask me what are diversity dimensions. For your convenience, I said diversity can be on the basis of age. Your age, my age will not be same. So we might be generations apart from each other. Gender, definitely, I don't need much of an elaboration. Sexual orientation, people's preferences change and are very private to themselves. One should not be ridiculed because of their preferences. Mental and physical abilities, again, qualification wise, again, aptitude wise, again, skill wise, we are all of varying degree. The level of health, somebody is strong, somebody is weak, somebody is intelligent, somebody is not. Personality traits, be it extrovertism, be it introvertism, their behavior, how explicitly do it. It's based on race, ethnicity, religion, based on languages, based on nationalities, locations, social origin, parental background, and so on and so forth. And I have not mentioned about income, appearances, and experiences thereby. So let us understand, build the diversity case one by one. The employee must reflect the changing demographic to meet the needs and expectation of the global economy, establish a diverse, talented, and motivated workforce to increase our ability to develop innovative solutions by embracing diversity of thoughts, of opinions, of background, and style to compete in an ever changing global marketplace. Our diverse workforce will position us for future opportunities. And this is what we are looking into it. We want an organization to be an integral part of the society where everybody exists and coexist. Similarly, similar reflection of society should be mirrored in the organizations workforce too. Let us understand the definition of diversity and inclusions is the difference such as race, gender, work, and educational background. I have given so many dimensions of diversity for you to understand what are the differences that has been given, right? Absolutely, yes. Now, inclusion is can we have an environment which promotes brotherhood among all the employees, wherein everybody feels appreciated, everybody feels valued and welcome, giving dignity, noticing them, and not ignoring anybody's preference is what inclusions is all about it. Now, diversity and inclusion strategic framework. Remember, we are in an organization. People are from the society. They are from different background. So are our customers also. Customers are also from the society and from a different background. And that is the reason why I keep on saying that organization should be a mirror reflection of the society in which it operates. So people will have employee resource groups or HR group, the mentoring and the retention will be there. Similarly, for workplace, we will be looking for training, for workforce planning, the executive diversity council, the diversity advisory council, as the case might be. Depending upon the organization, we have such kind of framework which has been always been done. It is to develop the sense of brotherhood, develop the unison voice within the organization is what we are looking for it. So retaining the employees and developing them, and then that is where we need to attract the marketplace. Marketplace is all about making yourself known, showing your philanthropy, branding your product, branding yourself, strategic partnership and supplier diversity that comes into play, which is very, very requirement of the day. So let us understand as to what it is, the equilibrium that comes around it. Here is the equilibrium as such. First is the diversity, as in who we are talking about. It is you are an individual, you should be identified. And then how do we manage their inclusivity or the cooperation or strengthening among bonds between two co-workers, and that is what diversity is all about. So if we can answer these two questions, which starts with who and how, we have struck a balance of diversity without inclusion or diversity with inclusion. Remember, without inclusion is it will decrease collaboration, increase tension, reduce performances, have more conflict, and it is basically detrimental to the organization. Whereas inclusion without diversity, it would always relies on the sphere of comfort, a comfort zone, reward status quo thinking, and decrease disruption. It will not promote innovations, innovativeness, and thinking out of box solution. Probably people might actually shun around it. So inclusion without diversity and diversity without inclusion, both are on the wrong end, as the case might be. So this is what we are looking as a transformative practices. That is what was the demand of the day, having diversity, having an equity and inclusivity that in the fabric of the cultures of the organization. This is the transformative performances that is much required as of today. So let us understand the Chief Diversity Officer. What is the roles and responsibilities? What is the roles and responsibility if there are a diversity council or something like a diversity office? The executive council, what we are looking into it. The chief diversity officer essentially is the top man in the organization, the CEOs, who basically influences, endorses, and promotes and monitors corporate diversity strategy as on when on required. Basically, looks after the sets and oversees the strategic direction clearly. Chairs the executive diversity council committee altogether. We are looking to facilitate the approvals of the diversity initiative, speak publicly on diversity, host annual diversity event, mentor cross-cultural employee, sponsor two-speed mentoring events for diverse population annually, and that is what we look forward to. Review and approves diversity initiativeness. Now this is the initiatives that we have to bring forward to, approves the initiatives, oversees progress of initiatives, bring new ideas to add initiative, be a source for the people in organization, implement those things. Basically we are looking at a council which is basically empowering people to have an open-mindedness for inclusivity of people from different backgrounds. So diversity council is executive council and the voice of the chairs. Remember, this is what we plan to develop, generate, and recommend diversity plan to the executive diversity council. That is where we are looking for human resource planning that needs to be done. There are cultural innovation that needs to be done. The integration process needs to be chopped out, and so on and so forth. The diversity office is basically the diversity and workforce effectiveness team leads. These are the people who are actually implementing the diversity inclusivity within the organization. They lead from the front, they drive all the issues, develop positivity among the colleagues and the co-workers. It is essentially responsible for integrating diversity in all HR and business process. Serves as a corporate thought leader on diversity, benchmark, and bringing ideas forward. Thereby, this is what we are looking forward to it. Now, let us understand the diversity and inclusion overview. Purpose of the employee resource groups is to attract, assist with recruitment, engage, support employee personal and professional development, and retain, build relationship, be it the internal or external customers, community at large. So, purpose of employee resource groups is AER: attract, engage, and retain. Remember this thing: attract the right talent, engage the right all the employees, and retain the star performer.
retain is all about building relationship. Current employee resource groups are what we are looking into it. There may be so many Asia resource groups, and I'm giving you an example for you to understand the African American professional forums, the disability network groups and supporters, Friends of Asia employee resource groups, Latino employee network, military and veteran employee resource groups, new hire or freshers employee network, Pride employee resource groups, Women Forum employee resource group. The basic resource groups or basic groupings of what diversity of an organization is supposed to be done. I've tried to jot it down for your understanding. Please extrapolate it towards your organization and probably your region. It is to be taken care of. So let us come to the employee engagement. It is an enterprise-wide learning event, education and awareness, heritage and month event. Probably will where we are talking about respecting different cultures or at least knowing different cultures. Community involvement is all about leadership and ownership. Growth and development is speed, mentoring that comes around it. Yes, we are looking forward to it, to the various enterprise resources, the events, be it a heritage month or community development or speed mentoring as the case might be. I have given you a pick for in this particular slide. If you look into it, the exclusive behavior and the inclusive behavior. Exclusive behavior attains from absolutely awareness level. Where there are no awareness, if there is lack of awareness, we start moving from awareness is the affirmative action, the business case for diversity. From awareness we can start with an understanding. From understanding we start trying to respecting and accepting diversity. This is where we are leading diversity with IT or any discussion forum. Understanding diversity and inclusions is what we are looking at. Once we have appreciating and valuing from accepting and respecting and valuing differences, and the competitive edge goes around it. This is where we are actually talking of ownership of diversity and building a culturally open organization. That is what is a diversity of thought is all about it. From exclusive behavior to an inclusive behavior, as in what we are looking into it. The people, workplace, and the marketplace issues, as the case is that has been made out to be. Measures of success and accountability is the corporate diversity scorecard and the business scorecard. What we are looking at is retention, development, and leadership engagement. Retention is to build relationship. Development is to forge stronger bonds and look future oriented. Leadership engagement is to give higher responsibility, higher pedigree in the organization, where there is a unison, there is a sense of loyalty that creeps in the minds of the employee towards the organization. The supplier diversity and affirmative action respecting the laws of the land, supplier diversity, not making any discrimination in terms of your vendors that you are managing with it. So voice of the employee survey, satisfaction, engagement index, and diversity index. Performance reviews is all about integration that comes around it. This is what we need to tell every now and then. We come to the very last slide for the day is all about the diversity strategy. Remember, with people, you need to recruit people from different backgrounds, retain them, develop them, and probably if you can curate those advanced diverse talent. Then is of the workplace, an environment that is vibrant, that is positive, that is brimming with confidence to encourage and accept free exchange of ideas and perspective. Last but not the least is the marketplace diversity, providing definitive, innovative creative solutions to best serve the stakeholders. The stakeholders may be internal, may be external. When I say of external, it can be your vendors, it can be your customers. When I say internal, it can be the shareholders, it can be your employees, it can be your managers, and so on and so forth. With this, I come to an end of this particular presentation. Thank you for watching this video.